What's up guys, Mr.Wednesday here, back at it with another quick video. Today we have a Raglin showcase. So basically, given that Italian Raglan video will be coming out on the same day, we're just covering the top tier champions today. So, let's go over Raglin. A1 attacks one enemy 3 times, fills a turn meter of 3 random allies by 15%. Each of them can only have their turn meter filled once per turn from this skill. Removes all debuffs on all allies on A2 and heals them. The heal is proportional to these champions' attack. Third, revives an ally with 75% HP and full turn meter. Lovely champion. Wish they change her aura at some point. Defense in all battles is kinda, I'm not gonna say useless, but most of the time you're either going to go for like speed, resistance, accuracy. Defense comes in handy at some times, but again, I just wish it was something else. Anyway, if you think Raglin is not good for any part of the game, you are wrong. I cannot see her being bad. She's definitely like the goddess of the game, one of the goddesses at least. When it comes to the dungeons, she's basically useful everywhere, given that she does heals, cleanses, revives. Especially if you're like early game or like mid game or wherever, and you're just struggling to get through something. Her kit comes in really handy. Now, is she good for places like Arena? She's amazing in Arena, if you ask me. You can use her in your Go first teams, you can use her in your Go second teams. Basically, she has like an inbuilt immunity in her gear, in her kit. You could speed tune her to be second. She cleanses all the debuffs you are perhaps get placed on yourself. And then your other champions actually get to use their skills, or maybe they were frozen by a Tormin. She can just cleanse it off and boom, you get your turns back and you can now be in the control of the fight. She sadly does not also place block debuffs on the same skill, which is why I have her lower on the tier list when it comes to the cleansers. She's basically just a tad bit below Heckhorn Smashlord, if you ask me, but amazing nonetheless. Now, as I said, you can use her in your Go first teams, you can use her as the fastest champion in your Go second team. She can even cleanse off the things like from hegemons, etc. In that way, again, giving you back your control. Now, how can you build her? There's multiple different builds you could go for. Before I get into builds, I do want to say she's like amazing in Doom Tower as well. The only two places I do not really see any benefits from using her would be only the Magma Dragon, given that you're going to be bringing Provoke in there. But maybe like for heals, I guess, so you do not die, or like if your Provoke champion dies, she can revive them. So she has some utility there too. Perhaps also not on Dark Fae, given that we know what the strategy for defeating Dark Fae is. So I guess those two are like her weak points. She also has some utility in like Scarab boss battle, but again, not a lot. She does not provide any shields, no decrease speed. So I guess maybe not ideal there, but perhaps if you have nobody else, she could be useful. Now let's get into the builds. For like general PvE content, there's nothing I'm gonna specially advise. Like, you're gonna go for like an X amount of speed, around 200 220. But I mean, if you have her and you do not have like other top tier champions, you are most likely always going to be using her for Arena. So when it comes to Masteries, I'm gonna show you here, I'm gonna actually show you two different set of Masteries. Even though I do advise going for resistance with her, so she can actually resist the debuffs and then be able to use her skills actually. You could always go for like a reviver type of build, in which case I just advise a lot of HP, a lot of speed. And the first Masteries I'm gonna show you basically with the turn meter fill as the tier 6 Mastery. But otherwise I would definitely go for like resistance builds, so she can actually resist everything and then come back, cleanse all the debuffs that were placed on you, and then that way turn the tide. Otherwise, if you're gonna be using her for like general content, again, you can go for like some special sets, but they're definitely not a necessity. If you're gonna be building her just for like player PvP content, then obviously speed, resistance, actually I was gonna say like accuracy, etc., but that's not really beneficial for her build. So basically, you just want a lot of HP and a lot of resistance. You do want speed as well, as I said, and some defense, so she obviously survives the initial nukage. If you're gonna use her like in a ghost second team, you could always go with like an immunity build for arena if you perhaps cannot like reach high enough resistance. When I say high enough resistance, I always throughout my videos try and not throw in like arbitrary numbers, because I know a lot of people get scared away by those. So I could like say 600-700 resistance, but you only need that for like gold 3-4 tag team arena, platinum arena 800 resistance, blah blah blah. So like for general content, and especially if you're like in lower tiers of arena, even like 400-500 resistance should be enough to resist most of the things. Now otherwise, if you're especially planning on using her in like your go first teams, you could definitely build her in immunity, and she's just able to like cleanse off things, given that the debuffs will not be placed on her. I'll really quickly show the build here, at least in my opinion, what you should be going for. And then I'm gonna end the video right here. I do not want to prolong it any further. If you think I skipped over anything when it comes to her, or you would like me to explain anything that's related to her further, please leave it down below in the comments. And until the next showcase, Mr. Wednesday, signing out.